Hey guys, welcome to impecableimperfections.com. If you follow me on my Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, you know that I said I wanted to do a book club. And you know, that's where we read a book together, we discuss it. I don't know if we'll maybe do a live chat or something, not really sure, just want to get more people on board. But the first book that I decided to read and to discuss here is going to be How to Lose a Husband by Toya Wright. Now, let me just say this, the book is very good. I am on chapter Kennedy now. And so the book was, you know, the introduction was kind of slow because it's like 6 main characters. And you know, when you have a book with a lot of characters, you just try to keep up with what was going on, right? So it detailed them, you know, deciding that they were going to go on a trip. So the first chapter was British. Now let me tell you guys, British is a hot mess. She's your friend that's like all over the place, scandalous, kind of slutty. From the background, her mom, you know, it seemed like some of her issues rooted from her childhood, her experiences with her mom. So she kind of had that mentality like, I don't need a man to love me. Men are just, you know, play toys. I'm okay being a side chick. She was one of those types of girls. So I like the way the chapter ended with British, because it basically was like British couldn't lose a husband because she didn't have what it takes to get a husband. Now, is that not shady? I thought that was so incredibly shady, but it was so funny when I read it. I was like, what? Okay, Toya, I see what you did there, girl. Okay. So anyway, so that was the first chapter. I don't want to give too much away because you guys, I don't know if you have actually read the book, but please go out and get it. So, you know, we can have some things to discuss. So the next chapter was Sade. And Sade came from a little money, you know, her daddy was a musician. She had her mom and dad in the household, and so she always wanted that type of love that her mom and dad had. So she had her rendezvous with her first love. It detailed her losing her virginity. That guy was just trying to fuck her, point blank period. So he moved on to the next chick. And she moved on. She found a doctor, you know, she fell in love with the doctor. She married the doctor, but she always wanted that love and that passion that her mom got from her dad. But her mom had to sit her down and let her know, like, baby, my life's not a fairy tale either. So girls, when you're trying to think about your life and your mate, don't think about a fairy tale, because there's so many different instances that can happen in a relationship. Don't look at TV and say, oh, they have the perfect relationship, because you never know what goes on behind closed doors. So Sade wanted that fairy tale. She kept chasing for a fairy tale dream, and eventually she lost her husband because she wanted a fairy tale. Life's not a fairy tale. And she had a good husband, so I'm mad at her about losing her husband. Then our next chapter, we go and it's Miss Madison. Now, I think Madison is closely related to Toya Wright. There's a couple of differences in it, but I can see what happened. Madison is like a lawyer who has it all together. She's a black lady moving up in the corporate world. She finds this guy. He's a record executive, handsome, you know. They chit-chat, they hit it off, they date, they eventually get married. But in between all this, he had a crazy ex-girlfriend, aka, we ain't gonna say her name. So I forgot her name. The ex, I forgot her name in the story. Lady Soul was her name. Lady Soul, right? So she's supposed to be like this neo-centric chick that got her stuff together, not like a regular little hoe. So she wrote a tell-off book, Lady Soul did. And in this tell-off book, she's talking about Miss Madison's husband. She said Madison's husband beat her ass. Now this sounds familiar, guys. You know what this sounds like. So anyway, basically her husband, Madison's husband, Robert, felt as though Madison did not stand up for him, that she didn't want to put Lady Soul in her place. She was an advocate of clearing his name. He eventually, you know, lost his job, and so their relationship was torn apart because of lack of support. In the book, Toya basically says that Madison maybe was a little bit selfish because she was thinking about her career. And this can be parallel to what happened to Memphis and Memphis and Toya when their relationship ended up, you know, falling apart when there were allegations against him about beating a reality TV star and, you know, all of that. So I think Toya kind of looked back at the situation and maybe she sees that she could have been there a little in a different way for her husband. But you know, everything happens for a reason and you learn from things and you grow from things. So each life experiences, you have to take it for what it is. So, you know, those are the chapters that I have read thus far. There are 3 more chapters to read. So, you know, I'm halfway through with the book. I wanted to come to, you know, YouTube and social media to talk to you guys about the book. I'm really enjoying reading it. I want you guys to, you know, pick up a copy, join on to the book club. If you have any books that you recommend us reading, something, you know, we're millennials and we are black women, so we want, you know, something with that vibe. Not opposed to any Iyanla, Eckhart Tolle, you know, anything on Oprah's bestsellers. You know, I love me some Oprah. Whatever you guys suggest, we're open to it. We're open to reading, learning, and just being, you know, phenomenal women. Thank you so much for watching ImpeccableImperfections.com. I hope you guys have a great day. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, leave a comment, email me. Thank you so much.